In this video, I sat down with two complete beginners who just signed up for one-on-one training with me. By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how to execute trades on Webull step by step. Now, if you're watching this and you're a complete beginner and you wanna fast track your success, you wanna know how to set up your charts, you wanna know how to execute, guys, over the past 15 months, I've backtested over 3,300 penny stock breakouts, and I did this to find what truly works. And I found 6 setups that have over a 70% win rate, and I got the receipts to back it up. I would love to take you on as a one-on-one student. I'm currently looking for 3 more men or women who are looking to take their trades to the next level. So if that's you, click that link down below, book a call with me, and we'll see if we're a good fit. Enjoy the video. Top left-hand corner, you see where it has the heart icon, and then right underneath it, click on the one right below it.
Right here, stocks.
So over on the right-hand side, you see where it says tops in quotes?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna right click, or no, for you, you're on a Mac, so you're gonna double click. I remember us having this conversation. Yep, boom, add a widget. Okay, and then go to all widgets. And then right there, type in order book. There you go. First one right there. You see where it popped up right underneath the search bar? Or just click order book right there, yeah. Yep. Boom. Add widget. Okay, so this is where the part where you have to grab it and you have to drag it over there by quotes.
Okay, so where do I grab again? Do I grab like up on this part where the X? Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna put this next to quotes, you said, right here?
Perfect. Yep. Then let it go. Yep. Okay. Now what you want to do, just exit out of the pop-up right there. Okay. So I want you to double click on order book and then click on duplicate.
You said duplicate?
Yeah. Or copy order book. Yep. And then drag that right beside the other order book.
I'm gonna. All right.
Okay. Now I want you to double click on order book. Yeah. Order book settings. The first one.
Order book settings?
Yeah. Click on NBBO details.
What does that stand for?
National best bid and offer. This is going to give you the most up-to-date information on the opens and closes of each candle. Okay, this is going to make sure your chart looks exactly like mine. If not, your the information displayed on your chart will be slightly delayed if you don't subscribe to this. So let's go ahead and get you subscribed to 2 things. Number 1, level 2 data. Number 2, NBBO. So let's start with NBBO. So click on subscribe to NBBO right there in blue. No, it's very straightforward. You'll just make sure you subscribe to it. I would recommend you do that before Monday since you're starting off with a larger amount. Okay. So guys, the most important thing, like I said, I want to go over is like starting next week, I plan on like doing live trading sessions with you guys. Because what I found with my one-on-one students is like in theory, you guys will say like, yeah, it sounds great. That all makes sense. And then in practice, it's totally different when you're in the moment. So my goal is to get you guys trading by next Monday. But the most important thing that I want to do is make sure you guys know what buttons to click. All right. So do you guys like have a paper and pen, something you can take notes with or take notes on your laptop anywhere? Okay. So the first thing, guys, is I typically start my morning super early, but I don't start trading until 9 a.m. And I would highly recommend you guys do not look at the charts before 9 a.m. because if you do, you're going to see stocks that are making moves, and you're going to be inclined to do something that you shouldn't do. You're going to like feel the urge to jump into a stock. So I trade from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. That's our time frame that we want to be trading in. What I really need you guys to know is from 9 a.m. to 9:30 is still considered pre-market. All right. And the reason why this is important is because we're not able to use all the same type of orders that we can do during market hours. So pre-market is like trading on hard mode. I only trade in pre-market for the first 30 minutes. After that, everything is after market open. It becomes super simple. So from 9 a.m. till 9:30, when I say I'm buying a stock, you're going to go over to Turbo Trader. So click on Turbo Trader. So in pre-market, you have to click on the buy ask button, which for you is that very first green button.
This one right here? Yes. Buy $10 at ask.
Yep. The most common mistake people will make during pre-market hours is instead of clicking buy at ask, they'll click buy at market. You cannot use a market order during pre-market. Your order will not go through and you'll miss out on the move. So in pre-market, always double check and make sure you're clicking on buy at ask. A couple other things is number 1, you want to make sure your quantity settings is turned off. So you see right underneath the green button where it says quantity settings and you have that turned on with the blue check mark. This needs to be turned off at all times, really. I'll show you a little bit later on in the training section when we're going to use this. But for now, what you need to know is that quantity settings should be turned off at all times. So if there's a blue check mark on it, you want to click on that and turn it off. So what quantity settings does is it overrides your default settings for your buttons for your own turbo trader, which we will only use in one scenario and one scenario ever. And I'm going to tell you about that a little bit later on. But that's a problem because if you override your default settings and then you try and sell, it won't allow you to sell, especially if you're in a losing trade. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But in the meantime, quantity settings should be turned off. Another thing that you should check in the morning time when you sit down and you're ready to trade is in pre-market, you cannot use a stop loss and you cannot use a take profit order. So right now, those are not turned on. It does not have blue check marks. So that's good. Okay. So those are the first two things. Quantity settings turned off, stop loss and take profit turned off. You always want to double check this as soon as you get to the computer in the morning as one of the first things you check. The next thing that you want to check is you want to make sure that you actually have your trading unlocked, because a lot of times you'll try and press the buy button and then your password will pop up and you have to put in your password when you're supposed to be actually buying the stock.
There it says unlock trading, so that means it's locked right now. So unlock
Exactly.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing that you want to make sure you do, and this is super important, is you want to make sure you're on the right account. So all the way in the top right hand corner, you see where it says individual margin. Okay. So in this scenario, you always want to make sure you go to the cash account. Once you have the cash account pulled up, you've unlocked your trading, you go over to Turbo Trader, your stop loss, take profit, and quantity settings is turned off. You now know you're ready to rock and roll. Okay. So go back over to Turbo Trader, Lauren. All
Okay.
right. So to keep this simple, from 9 a.m. to 9:30, you're going to click the buy ask button when we go to buy. Okay. To sell the stock in pre-market, you have to click on the sell bid button. Make sure you put that in your notes. Now, after market open is at 9:30. So from 9:30 a.m. all the way till 4, everything gets super simple. After that, instead of using buy at ask and sell bid, we're going to use buy at market and sell at market. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn on stop loss and turn on take profit, which is super important. So in every single strategy that I'm going to teach you guys, I already know what the best take profit is, and I already know what the best stop loss is. I've tracked over 3,300 of these bad boys over the past 15 months. So I know the best place to take profits. I know the best place to put stop loss, which means when I go to submit my order after market open, I want my stop loss and my take profit to go ahead and auto generate. Okay. So go ahead and turn on stop loss and turn on take profit.
Okay. Turn that on. Okay.
Yep.
And then
Turn it
you want
on.
me to turn on take profit.
Yep.
Okay.
And now you can see on your green buttons, you can see where it says stop loss minus 10, TP plus 10%. Okay.
Yeah.
So now when you put in an order, it's going to fill you at the current price and you're going to have a take profit and a stop loss. So you'll be protected to the downside. If it goes down, it'll sell it for a loss. And if it goes up, it'll take profit for you as well, which means trading is now on easy mode because all we had to do is execute, press the buy button during the right time. Everything else is set. You just got to let the trade play out. Okay. The trading during market open is super easy. Now, in the live streams and live trading sessions for whatever particular setup that we're trading, I'm going to call out and let you guys know what the stop loss and take profit is. All right. I'm also going to make a cheat sheet for you guys that has all the stop loss and take profits for the different strategies that I'm going to teach you. So in the live trading session, I might say, all right, guys, for this setup, our stop loss is going to be 17% and our take profit is going to be 15%. You would click on where it says 10% and change that to 17. And then for take profit, you would change that from 10 and you would change that to 15. Right.
With every single trade, are you changing your stop losses and take profits?
It's all according to which setup that we're taking. So a lot of times for the take profit and the stop loss, it's according to how many shares are on the float. So how many shares are on the float has a big direct correlation to how far stock can run. So based on the free float size is going to be determining of where our take profit and where our stop loss is at. The lower the free float, typically the higher percentage that we'll go for. So it's all according to what setup we take. So it does change.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this. I want to actually show you what this looks like in real time. It's currently 1:30 right now, so we can actually do a practice trade. So I want you to scroll up on Turbo Trader. So right now you have $100 as the default setting on Turbo Trader. We're going to keep it right there because we're going to do a practice trade right here. So right now it's market hours because it's after 9:30, which means you're not going to use buy at ask or you're going to use buy at market. So the green button on the right side. So click on that green button. No, not that one. The other green button, the buy at market one. Okay, boom. Okay, so you can see over on your chart. So I want you to grab the chart and take it and drag it a little bit more to the middle. So if you just click on the chart and then move your mouse over to the left, you'll be able to see. Now, actually click on the middle of the chart. No, keep everything like it was. I want you to grab the middle of the chart. Like, yeah, exactly. And then just grab it and move it. Move the candlesticks over. There you go. But
Gotcha.
move them the other way. Move them the opposite direction. Okay. So now you see the y-axis where you can see the prices. So it goes like 17 cent, 0.1784, 0.1796 on the y-axis. Move your mouse up on that line right there. Okay, so that's how you can zoom in more. And if you pull it down, it's going to zoom out. Okay.
Which way do you prefer?
It's according. Like if I'm zooming into the 1 minute time frame, I might zoom in a little bit. But I like to see like all of the price action for the entire day. So I'll typically zoom out in this scenario. So you can see where your position is at. So right there in the middle, the blue thing on your chart, that's your position. So right now you got in at 0.1749. You're up 22 cent on this trade. All the way at the top where you see the target, that's going to be your take profit. So if the price was to go all the way up there, it would take profit for you. And then the one at the bottom, the red one at the bottom, is going to be your stop loss. So you're protected to the upside and to the downside. Now, the one way that I found my students fuck this up, and I want to make this very clear, is that like I'm going to teach you setups, and the whole reason of me teaching you setups is to take emotion out of trading. The problem is when you get into a trade and you're watching every single candle, you're going to feel a lot of emotions. And we're going to get into a stock and it's going to pull back and it's going to look like it's going to be a loser. And you're going to be very tempted to sell it early. Or it's going to get really close to your take profit and it's going to pull back. And you're going to be like, holy shit, I need to go ahead and sell now before it keeps going down. You're going to feel a lot of emotions. My whole entire setup and strategy is based on not changing a fucking thing after we get into a stock. So just FYI, I never, ever, ever, hardly ever, 1% of the time will I ever change the plan when we get into a stock. Which means when I tell you 17% stop loss, 15% take profit, I'm not changing anything. I'm letting the stock play out. All right. In this scenario, for whatever reason, let's say you need to exit out of this position right now. All right. If you tried to click on sell at market, it's going to tell you that you can't do that. And the reason why is because you have a take profit and you have a stop loss set. The easiest way to get out of a stock when you have a take profit and a stop loss set is I want you to scroll down to the bottom of Turbo Trader and click on that flatten button. Scroll up a little bit right there. Here. Yep. Click on flatten. Yep. Click on OK. It's just going to ask you if you fully understand.
No, what does that mean, flatten?
So flatten, what flatten will do is it will cancel your take profit, it will cancel your stop loss, and then it will sell your market order. Okay. So it will get you completely out of the position, which is super important. For whatever reason, if you need to get out of a trade ASAP during market hours, flatten is the button that you go to. Now, make sure you write this in your notes. Flatten does not work in pre-market. The only way to sell a stock in pre-market is to click the sell it bid button. Super important. Any questions on this thus far?
Flatten is to immediately get out of a stock.
During market hours. Correct. Yeah. And you won't use it too often because my setup and strategy is based on just letting your take profit and your stop loss do the job. But in some scenarios, like maybe a stock just chops sideways, it doesn't hit your take profit, it doesn't hit your stop loss. And then, 4 o'clock is coming up. And I always sell any of my positions before 4 o'clock EST because from 4 p.m. till 8 p.m. is after hours. And in after hours, you can't have a stop loss and a take profit, which means I'm not protected. So I always sell everything before after hours. So for me, like if a stock doesn't hit my take profit and stop loss at around 350, 355, I'm hitting the flatten button and I'm getting out. It'll cancel the stop loss, it'll cancel the take profit and get me out of the position. Now, I've told you guys to always keep quantity settings turned off. There's only one thing you'll ever use quantity settings for. Sometimes during the live stream, you'll hear me say, guys, this is a very high probability setup. According to the historical data that I have on this setup, it typically runs for 15%, 80% of the time, which is a very, very high probability setup, which means I may want to go in with a higher position than normal. All right. In that scenario where you hear me say that, you would go over to your quantity settings and turn on quantity settings. So to give you an example, right now your default is set up for $100. Let's say instead of $100, you wanted to go in with $200 because I tell you this is a very high probability setup. You would click on quantity settings and turn that on. And then in the box, you would type in whatever dollar amount that you want to go in with. In this scenario, it would be $200. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I just want to backtrack a little bit. So during pre-market, you do buy ask. And then as I'm looking at my screen right now, I see my stop loss and then take profit. The blue boxes are checked off. So during pre-market, they need to be checked or unchecked?
Unchecked.
Okay, so I wouldn't be able to operate like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's exactly what your turbo trader should look like in pre-market.
Okay.
If you have stop loss and take profit turned on, I had a one-on-one student who did this back in December. We caught like a 30% move. And he was like, Andrew, my order didn't get filled. And then I got him to share a screen with me, and he had a stop loss and a take profit turned on.
So
So he
always
that on the
during pre-market, double check because those have to remain off, correct?
yeah.
During pre-market.
And I will tell you, that's one of the most common mistakes.
So after 9:30 a.m., do I manually put the stop loss and take profit? Like, do I highlight those, like turn them back on?
Yeah, great
Okay.
question. So there will be times where we get into a stock in pre-market. Let's say we buy at like 9:15 and we have to hold going all the way into market open. So I actually want to show you exactly what to do in this scenario. So what you're going to do is I want you to click, since we're in market hours, I want you to click buy $100 at market again. So now in this scenario, you don't have a take profit and you don't have a stop loss set up. So you're not protected to the downside. And also too, you don't have a take profit. So if it goes up, you're not going to automatically take profit. So in this scenario, take your mouse and hover it over your position on your chart. So the blue rectangle, yep, you see where it says TP/SL?
Mm-hmm.
Click on that. Okay, drag down, like just move your cursor down, move your mouse down. That's your stop loss. And you see right there where it says estimated P&L, and then it has like a dollar amount, and then it has a percentage right beside it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So all you would do to set your stop loss is you would click. So click on your mouse. It's going to set your stop loss. You could just click right where you're at. It's fine. And then now you're going to set your take profit. So you're going to take your take profit and put it above your position. So move your mouse up. Keep going. Keep going. Your take profit needs to be above your position. All right. Now you can see the estimated P&L. This is going to tell you an estimate of what you'll make if it goes to your take profit. Yep. You click on that. And then from there, you click on confirm. In this scenario, most of the time we're already going to have this set up. So when we do a group order, your take profit and stop loss, just like you did the first time, it's going to be automatically generated. In this scenario, this is like we get into a stock in pre-market and we were not able to set a stop loss and take profit in pre-market. But now it's turned into market hours, and now we can set our stop loss and take profit. So you just move over to the little rectangle on the chart, and then you set your stop loss and you set your take profit from there. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So click on the don't remind me again button. Click on yeah, click on OK. Click on OK. Now you have your stop loss and your take profit set. You're protected to the downside. If it goes up, it's also going to take profits. There's another button. I want you to know what it does. You're not going to use it very often, but if you ever need to use it, I want you to know exactly what it does. You see right beside the flatten button where it says cancel all?
Yeah.
Okay, click on cancel all.
Cancel all current stock.
Yeah. So that button cancels your stop loss and your take profit. All right. So for whatever reason, like, I don't know, you're hardly ever going to use this, but I do want you to know exactly what that does. If you click on cancel all, it cancels the stop loss and the take profit. Now you can click on the flatten button, and it's just going to immediately sell your position.
Do I flatten?
Yeah, flatten it. Yeah. So tomorrow, gonna pop quiz you guys on everything that we went over today to make sure it's stuck. And then after that, I'll show you some more advanced stuff when it comes to execution. And then after that, guys, we'll get into the real stuff, which is like the strategy, actually, when we hit the buy button, when we hit the sell button. Okay. Also, too, guys, if you click on live streams, like once I end this and you look down, you'll see the recordings. You'll be able to see the recording of this. So if for whatever reason you need to go back, you can put it on 2x speed. You can listen to it again. Okay.
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 Thank you.
Okay. Talk to y'all tomorrow.